Mike Owens here, joined today by Cris Cyborg, the current Bellator featherweight champion and one of the pioneers of women's MMA, who returns to defend her crown this Saturday night versus Cat Zingano. Cris, always a pleasure. How are things with you today?
I feel great, I'm packing everything, going to San Diego. We did our last training here in Huntington Beach last night. It was very blessed training, and I'm excited.
I love it. This is a fight between Cat Zingano that people have talked about since Cat joined the organization in 2020. This is a fight that people have been excited about. Is this a fight that excites you more than your other title defenses?
Cat Zingano is a big name. I think every title, every defense I did in my career, it's really important. So this is one more important, but all the titles, was really good. All the fighters, for contender number one. So this is one more, and it's a great fight.
I checked the odds. This is your fifth title defense, and
It's okay. Let me second. It's okay. The bird here annoying? Oh no.
No problem at all. No problem at all. I like it. It's your fifth title defense. This is the first time. This is your lowest odds you've been. The best odds you can get on a Cris Cyborg fight. You're still around about a -500 favorite, so you're not. These odds aren't exactly close, but it's the first title defense where you've been less than a -1000. Does it feel like a bigger threat to your crown, this fight against Cat Zingano?
I really don't search anything about about this or what's going on. I never do. And my folks, I train really hard, and I always prepare for the fight and do my try to do my best fight at night. And I always think about the victory as a consequence, the hard work. So I'm gonna do my best there and keep the victory, and we will work hard and doing camp very good, the whole my team, and they'll prepare for any situation in the fight.
How do you break this fight down with Cat? What in your opinion are her strengths? What in her opinion are the areas you can exploit?
I train everything. It's the fight for the ground. We're gonna be ready for the ground. If we keep stand up, we're gonna, I wanna feel the fight. We have 5 rounds and to see what's gonna happen. But I've been training. I'm ready, and for any situation, let's see what's gonna happen. I'm a black belt. I can submit, or I can, keep a strike and finish the fight. I want to feel the fight, but for sure with patience and fighting the opportunity.
I love it. I know you're 38 years of age now, Cris. I know you've had such a long and illustrious career. How are training camps at this stage of your career? Are they any harder, or have you made any changes at this stage of your career?
My team usually, I think in this couple, maybe our 7 years, it stayed the same. We've been training, I trained with Cobrinha. I brought one coach, my first coach to wrestling from Brazil. So for help with this camp, I think a little bit change for the, for him. And if some partner training change a little bit just because the style of the Cat Zingano. So we really, every fight, we prepare for the opponents. So the partners sometimes change because the style. But everything is, it's the same. My coach Adal, Muay Thai, Realby, head coach. So Coach McKee, body shop, everybody there. So it was amazing camp.
Yeah, 100%. This is obviously Bellator 300. This is a massive event for the promotion. Your co-main event on such a big card, a historic night for the promotion. What emotions do you have to be involved in such a big fight for Bellator MMA?
Sorry, I did got a question. Sorry.
I was just going to ask you on such a massive card, Bellator 300. What are your emotions to be involved in such a historic night for Bellator?
I'm very thankful for the opportunity. This is going to be a history event. And then I have 4 titles, in the same night. It's going to be amazing. I feel very thankful, blessed to the opportunity. And back to San Diego. I live in San Diego, have a lot of good friends there, a lot of friends there. It's like my home. And back to San Diego, fighting there is, for me, is really blessed. And I'm excited. And I want to do the big fight for my fans. And I believe this one is the one, too. And it'll be great.
I love it. How much has your time at Bellator added to your legacy? As we mentioned there, you won the title against Julia Budd. This will be your 5th title defense. When you look at your time in Bellator over the last 3-4 years, how much do you think that's added to the Cris Cyborg legacy?
I love working for Bellator. Every single person there I know, because then when I came to America first time for Strikeforce, I work with the most staff there, work with Bellator. And work for Scott Coker is really blessed. I'm really thankful. And for me, I feel like this era and Bellator giving me a lot of mature, you know, a lot of experience. You see my fights getting better and better. And you know, I feel great. I love to be part of the family and at home, you know, and I'm doing my best there. And I feel like every fight's getting better and better. And yes, I'm really happy.
How does it feel to be with the same promoter in Scott Coker that you, your early stages of your career at Strikeforce, and now be here at a latter stage of your career? How does that feel to you to have gone on this journey throughout the sport and to end up with the same promoter?
You know, I feel like I give back to Bellator, give back work of Scott Coker. The first time he gave me the opportunity when I fight Gina Carano, was the biggest fight in women's MMA at that time. So first time I fight 5 minutes and 5 rounds. So for the women's, and I think it changed a lot in the sport. And he always promoted women's MMA. So the beginners already believe, you know, women's MMA can be huge. And then now you can see how the sport grows so much and make really thankful for being part of the history the women's MMA.
You mentioned the Gina Carano fight there. That's one of my favourite fights in history, never mind of yours. But when you look at how much the sport has grown from that fight in terms of the women's part of the game to now, you've got to be proud that you were part of such a historic moment that helped to grow the sport so much.
You know, I have a lot of girls start with me, but I think the couple is still fighting, you know, till now. And you can see how the women's MMA grows so much. People are now getting together, family, to watch MMA, you know, because the girls, they get excited, the whole family. And for me, the part is making me really thankful and happy. You know, at the beginning, I was never just think about me. I think people say, well, what's the legacy you want to leave? I'm not legacy to continue the legacy. You know, after if I'm not fighting anymore, I'm retired. I want to continue another fighters be the champion, do the big, the best they can do, you know, in the sport. So the legacy is gonna continue. This makes me really happy. A lot of young girls came to talk to me, Chris, I'm starting fight after Gina Carano fight. So this is really happy, you know, I'm doing the right job, I'm doing the right thing. And I show how much I love my job and put some fighters and other girls to be a fighter too.
Look, you mentioned the word legacy there. Your legacy is set in stone as one of the greatest fighters and in the history, male or female. With that being said, do you look at retirement? Obviously, at this latter stage of your career, do you have an exit plan, or are you just fighting because you feel as good as you always felt?
Sorry, I didn't get it this one. I'm sorry.
I was just going to ask, do you have a plan or a set time that you would like to retire, or a goal that you want to accomplish before you retire, or are you just fighting because you're still the best?
You know, I was having planned to close my career 20 years. But next year, as I figured out, is 20 years. You know, but you know, I feel healthy. I love fighting, and you know, I always put in my prayers, and you know, and the Lord God telling me, Chris, it's enough. Feel my heart is, you know, but if I want to continue fighting, doing great fights, and you know, have the opportunity to do the biggest fight in my career, you know, and they have a lot of fights, big in my career before I retire, and I wanted to do.
There is one fight I would like to ask you about, and it's not currently on the table because this fight is in a different organization. But next month, Kayla Harrison will be making her return to the featherweight division. She'll be returning to the PFL at 145 pounds. Do you think that is a message to you, Cris Cyborg, that she can make the weight and this potential fight could happen in the future?
You know, it's going to be a great fight. I know Kayla comes from a loss. She's going to fight soon. And, you know, I have a Pacheco. She's the champion, too. She's a great opponent, too. Can be the biggest fights, too. And, you know, now I'm a Fox 2 Cat Zingano. I like to step one step each, you know, one step first. And I look now Cat Zingano. But for sure, you know, after this fight, I'll Fox for another fight. But I have a lot of good names and great names who can do the next fight.
I know you are focused on Cat Zingano, but there has been a lot of rumours about the potential sale of Bellator, and I know the PFL has been potentially rumoured to be front runners for that sale. Would it be fair to say, in your opinion, that the fight with yourself and Kayla Harrison is that closer to being made than ever, perhaps?
You know, I really focus on Cat Zingano, and I cannot control. If a Bellator sell, if the PFL buy Bellator, I'm not control this. What I control, you know, continue training, work hard, and be ready for any opportunity to show up for me.
Well, turning the conversation back to the Cat Zingano fight, as you mentioned there, I did check the record, Chris. If you defend your title on Saturday night, you will tie Patricio Pitbull's record for the most title defenses in Bellator history with 5. So what is on the line for you in this fight? Obviously, you want to get the win. You want to still prove that you're the best in the division. But what else is on the line past a victory on Saturday night for you?
You know, I feel my heart like I don't need to prove anything anymore. You know, I feel like I go to the fights no pressure. I just do something I love. I want to do the biggest fights and stay in the history of the fight. And I've never go to the fight think about, no, I want to beat like you said Pitbull record. No, I just go and do the big fights, and the victory is the consequence. And I always think in my mind, I'm the contender #1. I don't think about I'm a hold the title. I'm the contender #1. Every time I step in the cage, every time I'm training, like people say, you don't say me I'm the champ. I say I'm the contender #1. So I'm training like contender #1. I improve my game to be contender #1. And this make me hungry every day for be training. And this fight, I'm training really hard like other ones. And they're going to do a great fight. And I'm ready.
How do you keep your hunger and your motivation so strong after all of these years and all that you've accomplished?
You know, my faith. I use the opportunity to fight for sharing my faith with my fans, and the opportunities. You know, when every time I step in the cage, I can. All glory to God. I have the opportunity to say the words, and you know, it's your work, missionary work. You go into the kids, you know, say there are a lot of things they can change it. The sport change a lot of lives. Change my life is the way I can help my family, and there is no be inspiration for the people. I think this is make me wake up every day, be thankful, and to continue fighting.
I love it. Well, one last question from me, Chris. What I would like you to do, if you can, is I would like you to give me a walkthrough of the perfect day on Saturday. So what happens when you wake up in the morning on Saturday morning to when you go to sleep at night in the perfect world?
I wake up in the morning and say, thankful, we did a great camp. You know, every single day, work really hard. I really did everything. And I'm ready to go to the battle. And that's it, and do what I love to do, you know, and try to do the big. I know it's a big card, you know, it's a lot of titles in the line, but you know, I want to try to do the big fights and the exciting fight on the night.
I love it. Well, it's always great to see you back in action. It's even better to talk to you today. And I wish you the best of luck for Saturday night.
Thank you very much.